Dad left home when I was 3, didn't leave much to bond me. His old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now I don't blame him 'cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. He must have thought it was quite a joke, and I get a lot of laughs from a lot of folks that I've seemed to have to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. But I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard and my wits got keen. I rolled from town to town to hide my shame. I'd made a vow to the moon and stars that I'd search the honky-tonks and bars, kill that man that gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit town and my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself a brew at an old saloon on a street of mud. There at a table, dealing studs, at the dirty mangy dog named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had. I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue, how do you do? Now you gonna die." Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he came up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed through the walls into the Minden streets, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. And I tell you, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. I heard him laugh, then I heard him cuss. He went for his gun, but I pulled mine first. He stood there looking at me, and I saw him smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough. Man's gotta make it, it's gotta be tough. No, I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I give you that name and I said goodbye. Do you have to get tough or die? It's that name that helped to make you strong." He said, "No, you just fought one hell of a fight. I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm that son of a bitch that named you Sue." I got all choked up and I threw down my gun, called him my pa and called him my son, walked away with a different point of view. I think about him now and then, every time, every friend. But if I ever have a son, I'm gonna name him Bill or George, I don't know, anything but Sue.